Okay, there's a couple of very good reasons why I don't really shoot the moon. They're quite trivial, but let's get into this. Okay, as you can see, I am by the landing craft in Southsea. Now, I didn't come down here to shoot the landing craft, but as I'm in the area, I've not been here since it got put in, so I figured I'd have a stab at it. I've got a little picture, hopefully it comes out nicely. I'm going to walk on over towards Southsea Castle because I've got a shot for the sunset looking over the castle and the lighthouse, which I want to get. But then I'm going to be spinning around and looking the other way because the sun goes down about 7:30, then at about 8:15, the moon comes up in the opposite sky. So it's going to be a full moon hopefully, and we'll see what we can get, and then I'm going to explain to you why I don't usually get the moon. Let's do this. Hopefully if you're watching this, then my shots came out tonight. I don't know. It's the first time I've been out in a long time down in South, so it's quite busy. But I'm going to see what I can get. I'm hoping for something. Nice car. Look at that, old school. I'm hoping for something for a sunset. It won't be pretty because it's a quite blue sky, but there are some wispy clouds in the sky, so we may get a little bit of colour later. And then I'm going to spin around and get a shot of the moon coming up over South Prey Pier. I've got my 70-200 mm, so I'm hoping I can get long enough and get a decent enough shot. I may do a time lapse, I don't know. I'm going to be quite far away on a pretty sturdy tripod, so it should be doable, but I don't know. Let's get up to Southsea Castle and see what we can do from there with the sunset. There's the sun setting just behind me there. Got a couple of shots. They're okay. If they came out alright, here they are. Okay, so the moon, in about 45 minutes, the moon is going to be coming up over there. I'm going to move to position a bit further down. And I'm going to try and get a composition with a long lens, if it's not too busy, over South Prey Pier. I chose that because where the moon's coming up, it's almost like straight down the promenade, and it's going to look quite good hopefully. If it had been wet, then we would have got some nice reflections off the wet promenade, but that's not going to be the case. Here are the reasons why I don't like shooting the moon. We'll do a few numbers. Okay, number one is you can't copyright it. You could take a really nice picture of the moon, the best picture you've ever taken, the best picture on the internet, post it, and someone could take it and you can prove it's yours. You can put your watermark all over it. If someone can use some software to get rid of your watermark, they could use it, and if they strip the EXIF data, there is no way on this earth you could prove that you took the image. So I don't like taking pictures of just the moon. What I like to do is take the pictures of an environmental shot, including the moon. So behind something, with something else in the picture, like South Prey Pier, like Spinnaker Tower for instance, something like that. I don't like shooting just the moon. And I see lots of moon shots going up, fine, I've got no problem with people posting moon shots, but I really don't do it myself because I don't see the point. I just don't see any point. It sounds silly, but it's a legitimate thing. I'm going to move on up, check out the location I want to be in. There's a lot of people around. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. If I do, stick around because hopefully you'll see some shots or at least something at the end of this video, and hopefully it's good. If it is good, you'll see it. Right, let's move on. Okay, so I've swapped locations. The Southsea Parade was packed. Couldn't find anywhere to set up my kit, and I knew I had plenty of time. I've still got another half hour, in fact, until the moon comes up. So my other reason why I don't like shooting moon shots is because they're actually not a simple shot to get. If you want to get a picture of just the moon and get it in focus and get it sharp, you have to drastically underexpose the entire image, which makes the sky really dark. Fine, because it's dark, it's in the the space anyway, whatever. But you can't get an environmental shot with that. You can't underexpose enough to take a wider shot with the moon and get the foreground and any foreground interest in focus and in exposure in the same shot. You have to do it twice. And I'm always constantly getting told off for doing double exposures of the foreground and of the sky and blending them together. I don't know why, but it makes it very easy for someone to take, like I said earlier, take an image of the moon that someone else has done and just add it to any picture, and you could never know. I'm not going to do that. The images you see, if the moon comes out, it's very hazy out there, if the moon comes out, the images you see in this video in a little while will be taken by me. I'm going to take a picture of the moon in the environment as is, and you'll see the moon is very, 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 very bright. It's brighter than you think it is. Your eyes can see the detail in the moon, and the same as seeing the detail in the foreground, because your eyes have a very good dynamic range. Your camera doesn't, so you have to expose for something. Now, if you expose for the foreground, the moon is going to be overexposed and it's going to be too bright to get any detail come out of it. So I will also take an image for the foreground and one for the moon and combine them and show you what I mean. So hang around for that. But I'll do that very quickly. I'm not going to go into massive detail, but the idea is you can't really get the moon sharp and in detail in the same shot as getting the foreground, which is what I like. I don't like taking a picture of just the moon. Like I said earlier, if I take a picture of just the moon, I might as well just grab a picture off of Google. And I won't do that. I've got more integrity than that, and I won't do that. I know there are photographers that will. I'm not one of them. So I'm going to get set up in a little while. There are some kids on the pier. I'm hoping they'll leave soon. They're fishing. It's low tide. I don't know why they're fishing at low tide. They usually start their fishing a little bit later or earlier. Hopefully they'll go. And then I'll go and get set up. I know where the moon's rising from. It's going to be rising from over Haney Island. I could probably wait in my car until it starts rising, to be fair, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get a time lapse. I'll be getting a couple of shots and showing you what I mean about the moon. So let's do that. You'll probably see me a bit later. It's going to be too dark to video over there. You'll probably see me a bit later back in the car, and I'll let you know how it's gone. Let's do that. I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Well, it's cold out there. Remember to take gloves when you go out doing night stuff. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this video up. I've got a time lapse of the moon rising, and because of the way I shoot and the way I explained earlier on about getting shots of the moon and the environment in the same shot, the moon is overexposed and it looks like a sunrise, and you'll see that in a minute, so don't go anywhere. I'm first going to show you one of the stills from the time lapse, and this is the still I wanted to show you to illustrate what I mean. If I wanted to get a picture of just the moon, the foreground would be completely black, completely underexposed, and this is the reasons why it looks like this, because I've exposed for the foreground. The moon is not in focus. There's no detail in the moon. It's overexposed, so it's like a sunbursty effect. There's nothing to do about that. It just is what it is. It's one of the reasons why I don't like shooting the moon, because you can't get it. It's like shooting into the sun. It's really, really bright. You can't really get a good image of it, and unless I potentially do something like HDR, I'm never going to get the detail I want in the moon and the detail in the foreground, because of the way it is. It just is what it is. But what I then did after the time lapse, and you'll see the time lapse in a minute, so don't go anywhere, I relocated to a slightly better angle on the pier, because I had to shoot the pier where I shot the pier for the time lapse, because I wanted the moon coming up over the top of the bleachers. Just is what it is. I had no choice there. But then I relocated and shot the pier slightly differently, got a more of an environmental shot, so I zoomed out to 70mm and got more of the environment. And obviously the moon's in that shot, and I got two shots. I got a shot which was exposed for the foreground, so it lit the beach. I got a shot that exposed for the pier, so it lit the pier, and I've taken an individual shot of the moon to illustrate what I mean. If you want moon detail like this, you have to shoot with completely different settings, and it wouldn't work. I'm going to put that moon on this shot and you tell me if it works or not. In the comments down below, let me know, does it work? Because I shot this on my A7R4, I can zoom in a lot. I can make this a little bit bigger than what it actually is. I took a few different exposures of the moon, so I can blend a few little bits and pieces together. I can maybe add a little bit more of the atmosphere that was, you know, that the moon was in, because there were clouds in front of the moon. I can't put this moon directly over the top of the other moon because I still need some cloud cover. So I've took a few exposures, and this is the picture that I've got after a little bit playing around in Photoshop. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Does it work? Is it okay? Is it not okay? Whatever. I'll take all comments. I'm not that fussed. I don't shoot the moon for the two reasons I explained earlier on. One, because I can't get an environmental portrait, you know, environmental shot of the moon in one shot. You can't. You have to double expose like this. It's a lot of work. I don't like doing that. Or if I want to just get a shot of the moon in focus, nicely lit, I have to take a shot of the moon by itself, and I can't copyright that. I can't make that my own. I can't tell a story of just the moon. Everybody does it. There's thousands and millions of pictures of the moon like this on the internet. I can't, if you nick this picture off me, I can't guarantee that it's my image. I can't argue that it's my image, because it's the same as everybody else's. It's exactly the same. Nothing I can do about that. You can't copyright the moon. So they're the two reasons why I don't like shooting the moon. I hope you understand. You won't see a lot of moon shots from me. It is what it is. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got something out of it. If you did, please whack a thumbs up. If you like my content, please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. That would be awesome. And until the next one, I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye. Hi, I'm Andy, and I'm here to tell you about my new online landscape photography academy. It's not your traditional online photography course, it's also a mentorship program. Many of you most likely know me from my YouTube channel, and if you enjoy my process of getting an awesome image from the landscape around me, you can learn to do that too. So, how does it work? After signing up for the Landscape Academy, you will immediately receive access to all lectures taking you through every aspect of landscape photography. From beginner courses through to intermediate and onto the more advanced photographic techniques. At the end of each lecture, you'll be provided an assessment to progress you through the steps of creating an appealing image from beginning to end. After submitting each assignment, you will receive a handcrafted personal feedback video on your progress, giving you actionable steps to take your work to the next level. These mentorship sessions continue as you build your skill set from beginner to advanced landscape photography. By the time you finish the course, you will have hours of personal video feedback crafted especially for you. Additionally, the entire Landscape Academy is self-paced, and you have a lifetime access to all of the content. So there's no need to worry about deadlines or losing access to the content after an arbitrary amount of time. You may want to skip the Beginner 1 course if you have a basic understanding of photography and a good grasp of camera settings. But if you're an absolute beginner, fear not, this course is designed to get you started from scratch. If you want to sign up and get more information, just click the link below or check out the Academy link on my website.